There we go. Okay. So, you all have come down and are meeting the inn. You have heard Akka asking to meet with him back in the town hall. Are you all going at this time?
I want to ask everybody real quick before we leave to go see Akka. I want to ask everybody what items you guys were gifted from Akka. I'm curious.
Well, since you offered to mention it, perhaps you can share your gift first, my friend.
Sure. Let me just remember my password to DND.
Let me remember my
Because
password
what
to
it
get
is.
access to what I actually have in my inventory.
There we go. Because I want to read its like exact description to you guys because it sounds absolutely glorious. Let me get to my inventory.
Sorry. It's not there. So
Oh, what happened to Amos?
Eris, perhaps you can share what you received first.
I'm getting.
Yeah, okay. So Ares just he kind of like brings up his shield, and then it just kind of shows you it's sort of this it's an arrow catching shield. So
Ooh.
I get a bonus of 2 AC in addition to like the 2 AC it provides to range attacks, and I can use reaction to become a target of an attack if the attack is if the target's within 5 feet.
Oh, that is nice. That's actually cool because you get to use it as a melee and a range defense. That's really cool. Okay. Rather like as a way to, for the melee, it's more like bringing the target to you. That's awesome.
So yeah, Ares is just proud of his new shield. He just kind of shows it off.
It's so shiny. Looks like you've been taking care of it for the last few months.
Yeah, and then he's just like, I think he'll put this to good use.
Amos, I mean not Amos. Hadir, what is it that you've been gifted upon?
And then Haldir just removes his cloak to show everyone his awesome new armor that he's wearing.
Ooh.
I kind of rub my hands across the armor and I'm saying, wow, that's some fine piece of work.
Does it do anything special, or is it just really like a strong armor?
It has resistance to cold.
Ooh, okay.
It was supposed to aid me in my travels.
Oh, well. Well, I'm sure we can find a use for it.
Yeah.
All right, Lou, are there any like other people around in the bar, like just kind of sitting around?
It's early in the morning, and at this time it's pretty like it's basically you guys in the morning right now, along with the barkeep who is still flustered with her encounter with Legato.
Okay.
Well, I say to Lupin, well, if you like to be more discreet, why do you not speak within the amulet or the?
No, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. Here, follow me. Let's go outside.
Okay.
All right, so we're all gonna go outside.
Yeah.
Okay, you're all going outside.
All right. Are there any people around?
You see people walking here and there, walking about during their normal morning routine. Some people walking. You see a couple of guards doing.
I like the background. I like how you changed that.
I'm gonna use like just kind of 3 people that happen to be walking near us.
Yeah, you happen to see a group of guards who are doing their.
I don't know about guards. I'm thinking like normal people.
Normal people. Okay.
This
Yeah,
wasn't for
not
people to steal.
All right.
from.
So you see these three girls walking towards the town square, as assuming they're all going to be shopping.
All right. So I point out I point out these three girls that are walking by. I'm like, hey, check those ladies out. I pull out a shiny new loot.
Oh.
And I'm gonna play a little tune, and I think Lou knows where this is going.
Yes, I'm rolling something right now.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Does he have to do a performance, or is it auto?
Actually, I gotta fine tune your tool, but for the time being, can you roll a performance and tell me the number? I'm gonna roll against it.
Oh, sure. Let me pull up my stuff. Yeah.
And is it performance by your charisma, by chance, or is it
Yes.
something else?
It's charisma, yeah.
Okay, I gotta fine tune I gotta retool the conditions on it, but yeah, go ahead and roll that. I didn't think
Okay.
about how I'm supposed to initiate it. Someone else.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm doing performance.
Yes.
Okay, let me pull up my dice. I rolled, dirty 20.
Dirty 20? So
Yeah.
I found the coolest thing. I found a lid that I could just drop a dice and it rolls automatically. So I'm gonna
Wow.
it just makes my life easy. All right. So everybody in the group, as you're all watching these three cute girls walk by, and you see one of the girls start scowling at one of their friends, and she stops and she starts having a hissy fit. The other girls turn around and they look at her confused, and then you see the girl with the pouting face start yelling obscenities at her friends. Oh, that's going on. You start seeing them start scowling at each other, and all of a sudden you just have this big hissy fit yelling fest happening in the middle in front of y'all in the end.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what did you do, Lupin? Like,
what's that?
Does it not affect us?
No, you guys are fine.
Oh, okay. Do we hear a beautiful tune come out of your lute?
Well, I think a dirty 20 made my tune sound pretty sweet, pretty nice, pretty pleasant.
Right. Wow, that was a beautiful sound. I wonder why those women are scowling at each other.
I wonder. I have I'll explain it. So I have the Lou was gracious enough to gift me the lute of instigation, where I play it, and then three people within a 30-foot radius that I choose, it'll make them, if they fail their an intelligence check, or however we're gonna do it.
I gotta retool it. So
yeah, however you retool it, it makes them like aggressive for 30 minutes. Was it
3 minutes or 5 minutes? 5 minutes.
5 minutes. They'll get aggressive. I can up to 3 people can make them aggressive for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's not even a save. It's just a check. That's amazing. that's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah,
it might not be good against soldiers who we're encountering, but I don't know.
Well, that's why I was like, I probably don't want to use it on the guards with weapons. So
is wise.
All right. Well, it comes down to me.
Yep.
Let's see. Aka has kindly have allowed me an opportunity to for a higher chance of survival under certain conditions. Looks like I've been attuned recently with a ring called the Ring of Feather Falling. So essentially, I can jump off like a high place I take no damage from falling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and I descend at 60 feet per round, so I actually can double my movement.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't know if falling speed is about 30 feet per round, the same as a regular thing, but it's almost like dashing as I'm falling. I presume I'm falling faster.
Indeed. So, yeah.
Cool. So I should be able to escape certain situations in case there are encounters. I'll always be aware to see if there's a cliff next to me. But yes. Yeah. And I presume during these months of just not doing anything, we're just kind of we pretty much have the same stats. We conditions are similar.
Yeah. This was just downtime for y'all. You guys, after such an amazing event, dealing with undead and people stealing your dreams and your friends, and dealing with Lord Urbane himself. You guys are wanted to take a break. How about that? Y'all wanted to take a break. You also have caught wind that Lord Urbane has recently left for a journey, and you have not heard, and he has not been heard back for the past month or so.
Okay.
And he's on a journey out and about of the landing, and no one knows where he has left or gone to again.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I hope that's not what the mission is for, to search for him again.
Oh no, let's not go chase after the guy that's able to brutally mutilate all the assassins by himself. Let's not do that. So, hey, are there. What do you choose to do? Now you know each other's giftings.
Well, since we better understand each other's current state and what we're gifted with, why don't we head our way to Akka to see what he wants from us?
You want to gear up?
I'm itching to fight. Not with Akka though.
You want to buy anything before we go?
Yeah, actually,
We should do the mission before we buy stuff, so we can buy stuff according to what the situation would demand.
So perhaps we should wait on purchasing anything, and then maybe perhaps after we are given a brief on what our mission is, we can go back to the shop to see what we need to buy.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay. We'll auto walk.
Auto walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you walk down the town square, you see people wave at you friendly, as if they know of your reputation and of your deeds. Some people give you friendly smiles and wave. Others speak behind their hands, as if they do not know what to take. Currently, the rumors of you blowing up an inn has been taken with mixed reviews, depending who you talk to.
Well, it was abandoned, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I will do my auto wave, the Princess Diane wave, as I kind of pass by through everyone. I'd be like, and I nod my head. Thank you.
And after the few months that people have been used to you as a group, they are used to Legato's flamboyant responses.
That's
in return. Yes. And it's just the status norm with this group at this time. So as you get to the town hall, the guards greet you. The guards actually salute you, which was something they didn't do before. They salute you, they recognize you, and they let you in without any hesitation. And the guards don't stop you from going into Lord Akka's room without any issues.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna kick in the door and say, Akka, what's up?
Wait. As you get to the door, you hear a very familiar sound of moaning and groaning behind the door. Again. So,
oh gosh.
What do you guys want to do?
Probably ask on the pendant, hey, we get to come in?
Oh, so as Lupin does that, Akka says, "Come on in. Come on in. You are more than welcome to join us."
Pizza's ready. Oh, okay. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. You guys can continue.
All right, I'm gonna kick in the door and say,
Okay.
Akka, what's up?
You kick in the door, and you see Lord Akka pulling on Lord Lufio's armor, as if he's trying to remove one of his his leg greaves, and they're doing it in like a very awkward fashion where Lufio's on the floor and Akka is like trying to take it out. Lufio's in like he's like in a very compromised position, as if with his one leg all the way up where Lord Akka's holding, and then his other leg like sprawled out.
Is your boot stuck?
Lord Akka says, yes. Can you please come and help? I enchanted his armor with a spell, but apparently it did too good of a job. Lufio retorts back saying, dude, you said that this spell is going to make sure that everything doesn't break. You didn't mention that's going to stick to me forever. And
well, I'm gonna say, well, I have an idea. I'm gonna walk over and draw my short sword.
Okay. You draw your short sword.
I'm gonna walk over, and I'm gonna say, well, looks like this leg has to come off. Seems to be the only way.
Lufio looks at you with a very serious looks, like you're not doing that. And then Lord Akka is like, I'm sorry, my friend. It looks like the spell will have to last the whole day before you can take off your armor. It's like, then how am I supposed to use the bathroom? And Lord Akka says, I don't know. And Lord Lufio like finds a way to get up. He looks very frustrated and irritated, and says, I'll be back. And he storms out, all frustrated and pouty.
Does his armor make a lot of noise when he walks out?
Who?
Does his armor make a lot of noise?
Lufio?
Yeah.
So as Lufio leaves the room, you hear his armor clanking and panting, and Akka's just like dusting himself off and walks behind his desk and sits down.
Okay.
All right.
So
is there any place that we can take it? Oh, what's that?
Halder just asked Akka, what's up with him?
Oh, Lord Lufio was asking me to help him find ways to improve his armor, so I suggested a new enchantment I've been practicing. Unfortunately, the goal of the spell was to strengthen his armor to be unbreakable. But unfortunately, a side effect is that it is unbreakable and immovable. It is impossible for him to remove the armor until a given time.
Is there a place for us to take a seat?
Hold on. There are chairs and couches, as his office usually does. So you have sofas.
Okay. I'm going to go kick my legs up on a couch.
Okay, you sit down and kick your legs up the couch as Lord Akka has been used to you doing now. He's seen you guys enough that a lot of things you guys normally do doesn't faze him anymore. He's like, this is them.
But I took my shoes off when I put my feet on the couch, so I don't have to put my dirty shoes on his couch.
Okay. Lord Akka looks at your feet and is like, have you washed?
I just kind of hit him with like a little chuckle, a little smile. I don't respond.
Okay. All right, everybody else, are you sitting down?
Yeah, I sit down.
Okay. So you see Ares regally sit down at his chair as any good noble would. And Haldir, what did you choose to do?
I'm back.
Oh, I sit down as well.
Okay. Helder sits next to Lupin. And Legato, you're the last one standing. Would you like to have a seat?
I will look at Akka. I'll be like, yo. And then I'll just kind of hop over the seat and hop into the chair.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I just assume it's the sort of maid fighting over him kind of thing again. I only heard the moaning and groaning. I just assume it's like last time.
Okay. Lord Echo politely goes like, politely just snickers to himself. It's like, you guys might find it awkward every time you hear awkward noises coming to my office. But no less. Okay.
I guess you could say it's like your nature, because you are called Akka, so it's more like awkward.
So, okay. So Luraka looks and says, "Oh, I see two of your associates are not here. Never the matter. When they join, they will be more than happy to be part of this situation."
Yeah, they're sleeping in.
I have a very important request. Do you all remember Lord Darkane?
Oh, how can we not?
Yeah, how can we forget him?
Yeah.
Lord Darkane has requested for your assistance with something he's attending to up in the north at Ice Mule Trace. It looks like he has something that he normally doesn't need help with, but he's asking for help anyway. And when he asks for help, as a good friend, I cannot do anything and stand still. So I am sending the best of the group we have to help him out. Would you all be ever so brave enough to adventure to Ice Mule Trace and assist Lord Darkane with his requests?
What exactly does he need help with?
He did not give me more details apart from saying that he needs some adventurers with a situation.
Okay. Does he also have an amulet that we can communicate to him with?
Lord Darkane doesn't tend to talk much.
But does he have the amulet? Because we could definitely annoy at least a response.
Lord, one moment. I'm gonna. Okay, so Lord Arcane, Lord Arcane looks around the room. He just double checks things as if he's looking to see if there's anyone else listening in. He waves his hand and shuts the door behind you guys, and you see a barrier pop up.
Oh.
And what he says, and he looks at you all with a more serious face, like, "What I'm about to tell you does not leave this room. Lord Arcane is an undercover mission to expose a certain entity in Icemeal Trace. For him to do his task, he has to keep absolute silence and minimizes conversations with me. In fact, the fact that he sent it out to me actually gives me a concern of great importance that he actually needs support with something. Normally, Lord Arcane can handle himself, as you all are aware, many moons ago.
Yeah.
So for him to ask for help means that he cannot be in multiple places at one time, even though I've seen him do that. And you see Lord Akka ponder at Lord Arcane's ability. But nevertheless, as far as I know, I am clueless apart from that he wants you to go. And he will know who you are because he's aware of you as a group.
The heroes of the hilt.
Indeed.
And of course, you have chosen the right people to take on this task. We are the best of the best, as you say, and we are happily, as I look at the rest, as long as we are rewarded. Right, Akka? It's part of our usual deal.
Lord Aka says, yes. In this situation, Lord Arcane would be handling the reward as it is his request.
That is fine. As
I'm
long
really
as he holds
super
his end.
excited about having to make this trek.
Yes, Icemeal Trace is about a days and a half journey by foot. You should prepare for warmer climate as the location is well to the north. So it is snow. It is a place that is always in the snow.
Oh, okay. Perhaps maybe is there a way you can provide us with any form of transportation that would lessen it seems like this is something that is urgent and we should get there with haste. Maybe there's some horses or a carriage that we can accompany with us on this journey.
Lord Aka looks at you and says, yes, there's a couple of options. I can create an escort for you to go, but that will take some time for me to prepare. It will probably be until the next day if we go with this route. You can also go to the stables. The people at the stable appear to know you well and are ready to assist you at any time. Or, of course, you could find your own transportation if you want, or you could walk by foot.
Well, Aka, I think time is of essence, and I think the best option is option number 2, and I'm sure the rest of the team would agree that we should get some
go to the stables, correct?
Yeah, and we'll go to the shop, go get some horses, and we'll head on out. Do you know how fast those? I mean, I guess outside the game, how fast are horses versus foot?
It would cut your time. I would say about half. Instead of a day and a half, it'd be close to almost a full day.
Okay, well, it's still early in the morning. If we act with haste, perhaps we can get there by evening. And I think we can at least do a little bit of scouting before we go in and maybe rest up. But what do you guys think? Should we go for option 2 and get some horses after we maybe do some shopping like Aries was mentioning about?
I think option 2 would be the best choice.
All right.
Is teleportation not an option?
Lord Aka looks and says, unfortunately, based on the secrecy of the matter, I cannot teleport you. Teleporting will alert too many people of your presence, as it will take a lot of energy to travel you for this distance.
See. Well, looks like we got no choice. I'm curious, Aka, as you have told us about of all this information, you did mention that you have cleverly figured out about all the magical tools that we've acquired for you, and we were wondering if the mirror was something that you have found anything about.
Yes, the mirror is a twofold device. It is a transportation device, but for it to work, there has to be another mirror on the other end. But there's also something else we're trying to understand. It allows to transport between physical locations in this realm, but then there's a deeper meaning of accessing another realm on this mirror. Unfortunately, it is beyond my knowledge at this time. I have sent Panzin to get more material. You'll remember Panzin.
Oh yes, maybe perhaps Panzin can help us with some equipment himself.
Could you guys give me a reminder on Panzin?
He's the guy you try to steal the knife from.
Yeah.
Panzin is indisposed. Since I've sent him off to research some information, he is not available.
So, and if I think outside of the context of this, I just assume Lupin's thinking, how do we get into his shop? I'm just kidding. His unoccupied shop. No, I'm still very curious what Lupin has. I mean, not Lupin, but Panzin has in his arsenal. But perhaps another time. Okay, well, so I presume the mirror is not something we can utilize for this quest for the time being. Is it linked to some? Oh, I guess you're still researching on that.
Well, this is the challenge. If we open the mirror, we don't know where it's going to send you because we don't know the other end of the mirror at this time.
Mm.
I'm going to make a second pizza.
Yeah.
Because there's only one slice left.
Oh, got it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, we'll keep that knowledge to ourselves, and perhaps you can keep us updated, Aka.
Will do. And then you see Aka wave his hand, and all the barriers disappear around you. Do not worry about your possessions in the inn. I will make sure they are properly secured.
Mm. I wasn't even thinking about that, but I'm glad that you're keeping guard for our stuff as well. Oh, like what do we have at the end again? Do we have the we have something of value over there.
Well, I mean, you have your personal possessions and you have your rooms. So
okay,
he's basically guaranteeing that your rooms are safe here and you won't have to haggle back for your rooms again when you get back.
Got it. Okay, great. Well, any other further information we need from you, Aka, or can we go on our merry way? Seems like, again, time is of essence right now.
Yes, indeed. So if I'm merely an amulet call away, unless I am preoccupied, or if Luffy comes in, or if a maiden comes in, or if other things come up, I am sorry. I am preoccupied.
Are you really sorry, Aka?
You're on. Well, I wish you the best of luck on this journey. And then Lord Aka waves by and gestures for you to leave.
Okay. Ares was going to ask about the actually the other part of the sword.
Oh, yeah.
Like what happens to it?
So along with the hilt, the other part of the sword is in a secure location. Instead of putting both pieces in the same place, we have decided to put the other piece of the sword in a different part of town that is very secure.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. I presume over these years or months that we've known Aka, that he's insight isn't necessary, that he's nothing suspicious. I've learned to trust Aka. Okay. Well, you guys ready to go to the shop?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. I presume we have to head to the town square for the shops.
Yes. So as you normally do, you exit the town hall and you walk back to the town square on your way back to the inn. Since you did save the lighthouse, the commerce has been growing consistently. There is a boon of resources and materials in the town now, and it also correlates with the amount of adventurers that are now showing up. As it is later on in the day, you're seeing multiple adventurers and multiple people walking in at the shops. It's a lot more busier than you guys first remembered walking in.
All right. Well, my first place I want to go to see if there are any magic shops with maybe they sell some scrolls of some sort.
Oh, okay. So you go to the magic shop. There is a magic shop in town that if you want to visit, you're more than welcome to.
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody else joining him or is it just him?
Yeah. I'll join.
I will just like general things I wanted to buy, but I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Join. All right. So it looks like Ares is gonna separate from the group and do his own thing and collect some materials. So it looks like it's only Lupin and Legato going to the magic shop. What would you like to do? Oh, okay. Let's continue.
Wait, sorry. Is the magic shop just magic? Is there also magical items, or it's just like potions and scrolls?
This one is it handles potion, scrolls, and magic items.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll just join.
Okay. All right, the three of you join in, and you walk in, and you see one of the many famous Bryans in town. The Bryans are back. And
hello, Brian.
Brian looks at you. Oh, yes, adventurers, welcome back. It has been a while.
Yes.
How has gone your adventures?
Awesome.
Our adventures has been quite memorable. But perhaps if we were able to find ourselves in any tricky situation, it would help if we were able to purchase some of your wonderful items that you have in stock. Maybe some things that you may not sell to certain people, but maybe perhaps to the heroes of the hilt.
He looks at you and it's like, well, business has been booming and the ships have coming in readily. It looks like ever since a certain pandemic is happening in the human nation, they've been moving all the stuff that's meant for them has been coming up to the landing, and it has been a booming business at this time. So if there's something you're looking for, odds are you might have it.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Well, would it be something we roll, or is it something we mention, or what would he have a list of anything that he can share with us?
Brian only looks to you and says, what are you seeking?
Let me take a look around and see. Perhaps something would come to mind.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of look through some stuff. You guys can continue while I kind of.
Okay. So it looks like you see Legato start looking through all the nits and tidbits. This place is packed. You don't remember it being this packed with items before, but then again, you don't remember the town being this packed with adventurers in a while either.
Do you have anything that could help with, say, the cold situation? And possibly any heat-related spells or anything?
You see Brian scratch his chin and go, good question. Let me look around. Cold. He looks around. I do not have any potions at this time for cold resistance. I know that the armor shop may have armor that might help with resistance to cold, as your friend he points to Haldir has as well. But at this time, I don't have any cold potions to help you resist.
That's fair.
Okay. Do you have any? Perhaps you have something in the back, perhaps by the name of maybe a. Do you have anything of a sort like a ring of protection or anything like that?
Ring of protection. That is something we had a lot of requests for. Let me see if we have any right now. You see him like turn around and open like a drawer behind him, and you see him rummage around, and he turns around and is like, I believe I have a couple here.
Oh, perhaps it'll be something of interest to the both of us as we figure out how much this may cost.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
The growing market for this item right now is 200 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
As I look at what's his name again? Brian.
It's Brian.
Look at Brian, and I tell Brian, well, I do not want to have to re-mention about this, but perhaps to be reminded, we were the root cause of why it is booming in this market. We have saved that lighthouse, and we have provided the ships indirectly. Perhaps you can give us a little bit of a discount.
Brian looks around, and you see him as if he was contemplating something, and he looks and says, since these are the only two I have, the market, and since a lot of adventurers have been traveling forth, they haven't been very free with their commerce lately. The market has been going well for 200 pieces, but for you, good sir, I shall do 190.
190.
190.
All right, fine. I will take it for 190.
Okay. So Brian smiles, and he pulls out his hand as if he's waiting for the pouch of 190 gold.
I drop the pouch in his hand.
And he gives you a single ring, a protection.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate your business.
Brian smiles and then, please come again.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just said I think I'm good.
Yeah, Aries is gonna ask if he has like sort of any enchanted cloaks or maybe like any sort of like boots or anything else.
Enchanted cloaks. Let's see here. Anything particularly you want with enchanted cloaks?
Oh, like gameplay wise, or just
like as the shop owner is asking, he's asking, is there something in particular you're looking for in the cloak?
Yeah, just something that would either just give me more protection or maybe more sneaky.
He looks around and goes, I don't know if I have anything of that sort. Let me check. He comes out and he says, I do have this cloak that billows. And as he holds a cloak, you see, as he holds a cloak, you see the cloak gets billow magically on its own, as if it's just like some famous bard came in and sold this to us, saying that he got tired of it billowing all the time when he doesn't need it. Would you like to have this billowing cloak?
How much are you selling it for?
He looks around and thinks, 150 gold would suffice.
Do you know what it does besides being billowy?
As far as I can tell, it does give you a it does look like it gives you a +1. Well, it gives you a little bit of extra protection, but your downside, it always billows. And when he says it, he even lets it go and he hides it on a rack, and you just see it just magically billowing. Like, yeah. And the shop owner looks at you. I don't think this will keep you more sneaky based on its actions.
Would I know what it does?
Huh?
Would I know what it does besides, like in terms of protection?
Oh no, it gives you just +1 to your AC, but the downside, it always billows. So if you're trying to hide, your cloak may not be the best thing to protect you or to keep you sneaky.
You can always, I guess you can always put it away if you're not preparing for battle as you're sneaking.
Does he have any other enchanted sort of pieces of armor or clothing?
He unfortunately shakes his head like, at this time, there's no other cloaks.
Okay, I'll tie it up. But does anyone else want the ring of protection then?
There is one more. There is one more ring of protection.
What does the ring of protection do?
It gives you +1 to your armor what's cool about it is it's a ring, so it's not like you're wearing another piece of armor. It's just something on top of you. That's something that you put in your finger to give you extra protection.
Okay. Like, if it does +1 to your armor, how does that translate to your AC?
So it gives you +1 to your AC.
Okay.
So he doesn't have any like elven kind of cloaks or boots.
He looks at you, he's like, elven gear has been in high demand lately. The last cloak of elven kind I had was already taken.
Okay. If no one's gonna take the ring, I'll buy it.
Okay. So you give the shopkeep another 200 gold, and he hands you the ring.
What did you say? 200?
I'm sorry, 190. 190. He's honoring the same price that he gave to Legato with his awesome negotiating skills.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right.
Are you selling any potions? You mentioned there are no potions here at the shop.
He looks and it's like, oh yes, potions. We have plenty, and he points you to a rack of various amount of potions. What are you seeking?
Let me take a look. See here. I look over at Lupin. Do you still have that love potion?
That I do.
Have you used it yet? What has it been effective?
I haven't used it yet. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. Perhaps this new adventure I could find a use.
Okay. Let me see here. Do you, by chance, have the potion? We're going to somewhere very cold. Is that true? Is that what Akka said, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, north.
Okay, maybe perhaps I would like to embellish myself with some potion of cold resistance. I'm not going to be as long effective as our fellow Hadir friend here, but perhaps it'll help me temporarily. Do you have any cold resistant potions?
Unfortunately, we do not have any at this time. The cold resistance has been a popular item. Many people have been adventuring north to Icemeal Trace. In fact, the family of Bryans extends to the Icemeal Trace. They are called the Barons. So if you ever meet the Barons, they are an extension of the Bryan family.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any potion of flying?
Potion of flying. He looks around and says, you know what? There is one, but let me see if it's available. All right.
It's called Red Bull.
Power of randomness. You see Brian rummage around, and unfortunately, he comes up empty-handed with a lack of flying potion.
Oh, man.
That's too bad.
Helder hands him a can of Red Bull.
He looks like, huh? Brian takes it and starts drinking. It's like, thank you, good sir. How can I help you? Would you like anything?
I'm just socializing.
Oh, okay. Brian appreciates your concern for his well-being, and he makes a note of that. He does make a note. So, anything else, good sirs?
We get, I guess, 5 potions.
Huh?
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Aaron?
Oh, like, is there anything else you need to buy?
Should we buy potions for the others?
I don't know what kind of potions they would like.
Or sorry, oh yeah, I meant health potions. My bad.
Don't we still have some health potions?
Do you have the elixir of health, sir?
You know what? We just got a shipment of that in. How many would you need?
Oh, I just need one.
Okay.
How much does it cost?
One moment, sir. He scrummaged around as if he lost his cheat sheet of costs and is scrambling around his notes to find an answer for you.
You're talking about like the common?
I'm assuming you're only looking at the common item, right?
Let me look. Oh no, I guess it's not. Never mind. It's more on the rare side, actually. I'll be surprised if he has it.
He does have one.
Oh.
He comes out and is like, here it is. The elixir of health. And he looks at it as like, I still quite haven't figured out how this one works, but people keep asking for it, and this one seems to be potent. And he thinks about the last person who bought it from him, and he says, the last one who bought it said it worked, so I'm assuming this batch is good for you. If you have 50 gold, I'll be more than happy to pass this on to you.
I give him the bag of gold, and I tell him, you have yourself a deal. No room for need for negotiations.
You take it. He gives the 50, and he's like, very good. Is there anything else at this time?
I think I'm good, sir. Anyone else?
Is there like a cheaper health potion? Like a common one?
Oh yeah, the common. He looks like, yes, I have the common health potions in great supply. All these adventurers that have been adventuring have been learning the hard way how to take care of themselves. Apparently, there has been a ruckus in the forest to the east where some kobolds have been fighting back on some adventurers, and the health and the potions have been in high supply for this fiasco. For you, there are normally 10 for the normal folk, but for you, I will do 5. How many do you need?
Get 4.
4? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you give him 20 gold pieces, and he gives you 4 potions. 4 common potions. Yeah.
Okay.
How have we set up for the potions for this? Is it do we roll for it, or are you just letting us have the optimal of that? I forgot what it was.
What do you mean? Say that again.
So, like for example, the health potions, I think they're like what, like 1d4 plus like 5 or something, plus 4 or 2d4. Do we just take the max of that, or we still have to roll for those?
You would roll.
Okay.
Because it has to have some kind of. It still has a form of randomness in it.
Got it. I will take 1 potion myself.
Okay.
And I flick over a 5 gold coin piece.
You see Brian skiffily take it in the air, and he tosses a health potion back at you.
Cool.
It's different from elixir of health.
Well, this. Well, I presume this is more of a. This heals your health, versus the other one heals condition.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the elixir of health heals status ailments.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So Brian fares you well. You all walk back into the inn to check in what's going on. Unfortunately, it looks like Sheena and Stell have not yet waken up from the inn, and the barkeep looks at you all and is like, yes, they have. He waves you down. So the barkeep's waving at you all.
Yo. Hey. What's up, barkeep?
What's up, barkeep?
That's my drink.
Yeah, what's his name, by the way? I think we would know by now.
Huh? Oh, yes. Let me. You know what? When all things fail, you let the dice roll names. A moment.
Brian number 10.
Yeah.
Let's see. I should have thought about this, because you guys deal with a lot of bartender. I'm coordinated with this. Oh my gosh. Her name is Rin. How about that? Rin.
R-A-N.
So Rin is flagging you down. Do you guys go to Rin? Or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it seems important.
Legato would happily go that direction.
Okay. Ren smiles at Legato and says, "Hey, how's it going?"
Long time no see, and I do the kind of like the finger thing where I'm like, hey, 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 and I point at her.
And she looks at you and goes like, "Right back at you." Your friends seem to have left early. While you guys were here, they woke up and left. I do not know where they went.
Well, perhaps we can leave a note here to tell them to meet us.
We can use our communicators.
Oh yeah, we could just communicate with them. You're correct. You are correct. Well, in case they actually, we'll leave a note and just say when you do see them, can you tell them to communicate us with their pendant or the amulet so they can reach us?
Absolutely. And she says, absolutely, for a reasonable fee.
Oh, a fee. How long have we oh wait, this is not the same spot where we stay at the inn, right?
Oh no, this is the inn. This is the barkeep.
Oh,
your experience
barkeep.
From your experience, this is her normal operation. For her to do things, to part of her business is not only as a bartender but also as a means of communication between adventurers, and she's been making quite a bit much money doing this on the side.
I see. Well, how much do you want? What's her name again?
Rin.
Rin. As I've known you for such a long time, for many months' time, and you're like a kin to me. Perhaps you can cut us some slack and do us a favor.
She looks at you and says, for a couple of gold pieces, I'll do it.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I toss her 2 gold pieces.
All right. And she catches in midair and says, and looks at you, it's like, all right, very good. I will relay the information.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check that. Okay. Cool. So I guess at this point we will maybe head towards the horses to get it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you walk back through the town center, all the way back to the stables where you originally got your horses many months ago, as you went to explore the lighthouse.
Oh, right.
Do we get the same horses?
You walk in, and as you walk in, you see the shop owner and the stable owner and the stable owner's daughter come out to greet you. It's like, adventurers, it has been a while. And you see the girl come, good to see you again. And she's all bowing and like smiling all cutely as a young daughter would do.
You've grown so much over the last few months. You seem to have a better standing to follow your father's footsteps.
Yes. My dad has been showing me how to take care of the shop more and more. And the father comes in, yes, it's been very good for Malin to learn how to take care of the business as well, as I am getting older. And daughter says, no, Dad, you're never gonna stop being the owner. And you see like hearts and things coming out of them as they glow with their daughter-ness, if that's even a word.
Actually, kind of reminds me, if Animal Crossing reference, it's one of the emojis, the heart thingy. I think I think you know, Aaron. So I look at the dad and or the keeper, and I tell him, I would like to have my horse again. Storm, I believe his name was, according to my inventory item. I see Storm here. Storm was the faithful horse that led me to the lighthouse, and I would like to see if I can have Storm back.
Absolutely. In fact, I believe all your horses are here. If you simply whistle, they should recognize your voice. And
my horse Lufio.
Huh?
I remember my horse now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the shopkeep says, also, it looks like your fares for this part have been taken care of by Lord Aga. So as this will be a long-term travel, he will be taking care of this expense this time. All I ask is that you return them back safely. And you see his face turn grim when he says safely, like safely. As they are great assets to our business. And he goes back to his normal happy face.
Oh, well, of course. I believe that is in order. Now we'll be on our merry way. And I kind of always feel a little suspicious of his character. and I take my horse and I hop on.
All right.
It's kind of getting late for me. Can I?
Oh.
No worries.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Amos,
How there?
Good night, Amos.
It was good playing you, man.
Yeah,
We'll see you soon.
Okay. So you see how they jump on his horse, and for some strange reason, the horse got so excited and left right away.
Oh, okay.
He's ready to go.
And you see how they're just on his horse, like just running away, and you see him trying to control it, and he is off in the distance now.
Okay, well, perhaps I don't know what's with the rest of the gang, if they're going to be joining us, but at least I put in good word, and they'll be able to find our trail, or at least they'll communicate with us. Anyways, you guys ready to set loose?
Yeah, I whistle for my horse and I yell, "Come, Lufio," to my small horse.
I remember that.
And then Ares, what was your horse again?
Ulysses.
That's right.
Yes. Right.
So it's a white horse too, right?
Yes.
It's a horse.
Yeah.
I think my description here says Storm is a dark horse and leads packs, or led a pack. I guess he's a leader horse.
I guess it was like kind of smaller, obviously, because I'm a smaller person. It was like light brown with kind of dark brown speckle.
Indeed. So, are you all ready to start your adventure?
Yeah,
yes, we are.
Forward.
Okay. So, as you start walking out through the okay, question: are you taking the west gate or are you taking the north gate?
Are they the same?
As per usual, I think the west gate has always been a safe gate.
Yeah.
So
considering
we'll
us three.
gate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the west gate it is. As you go to the west gate, you see Lord Lufio standing in front of the gate, and was in expectation of your departure. And then he looks at you all and said, "Hey."
And I look at him and I say, "Hey."
He looks at you all like, "I need to warn you about something."
And we're all ears.
Lord Arcane, he's a little bit on the wild side, so be wary, because what you think he may be doing is not what he's doing.
Wait, what?
Interesting. Okay. You always speak in what do you call it? How do they call it when you speak in like poems? No, you speak in. Nah, I forgot what you call it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about?
Speak in riddles.
And riddles, yes. It's like you always speak in riddles. Perhaps you can be more clear about what you're trying to say.
You see Lord Lufio roll his eyes as if he can't believe you're not understanding what he's saying, and he goes to you and says, "Look, Lord Darkhane is somebody that I could never figure out, and what he's planning up there, I have no clue if I could trust him." But for whatever reason, Lord Akka trusts him completely. I, for one, don't trust him with what his intentions are. But when it comes to defending this place, he's always been good to it. But anything outside of this place, I do not trust.
He's undercover, right? So he might be doing questionable things.
Well, perhaps Lord Lufio, you would like to join us as you have done in the past.
Lord Lufio shakes his head like, unfortunately, I cannot. All these new adventurers have been getting hurt more than they need to, and I'm working with the local town guard to train them up in more practical things. And as he does that, you see a bunch of new adventurers running in on fire. Ah! They're all yelling on fire, and like them. And you see Lord Lufio like as if this is like he's seen this enough times that he's getting sick of it.
A job well suited for you.
Oh, hey, Sarah.
Audio, Sarah. Audio.
Nope, now it's on.
Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Stell, and so as you're having conversation with Lord Lufio, Stell adorably skips down and meets you all, and she smiles and like, I'm here, and is now in front of you.
Did I just wake up?
Huh?
Did I just wake up?
No, well, you woke up and now you're meeting everybody out at the town gate.
Okay.
It's an auto meet because we are given a couple gold pieces for your quick delivery. So you basically found us.
Okay.
Because we gave someone some gold to let them know where we're pretty much at, to let you know where we're at.
Yeah. Cool. So to recap where you are, Sarah, you're for the past 4 months, the group has not been doing anything. Your popularity has increased with the group. You have a new item in your inventory from Lord Akka's searching through all the things that you guys got caught from the Assassin's Guild. And it's in your inventory. You'll know what it is because it's something different. And now we're in an adventure going to a place called Ice Mill Trace where it's very cold. Also, lavender ice cream is no longer popular because it's been 4 months already.
That's over.
It's over.
Well, what should I have now?
Well, it doesn't matter right now because you're about to leave the town, so.
And you have your dignity.
Well, hopefully we'll come back with a new flavor because keep the popularity up.
Indeed. So, with Stell in tow, and Lord Lufio explaining the situation, what is it you all want to? You're all ready for your new adventure?
Yes, we are. We are ready to kick some tail.
Yeah, all right.
A lizard's tail, a kobold's tail, something.
For some reason, and as you guys are walking out, you all feel so excited, and for some reason you hear like this trumpeting noise of like some glorious adventure happening, but as you turn around you just happen to see some bards trying to entertain people with their music. It's like as if it was
Lupin. Any of them your friends?
They're my competition, my rival.
All right. Well then, perhaps you should do a friendly little lute playing yourself, and then you know which lute I'm referring to.
Hey, I think that's a fantastic idea. As one final thing before we leave, I'm gonna pull out my lute and use it on bards playing.
All right. Roll your performance, please.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. That's a fantastic idea. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. So
there it is. I think. If you can see it. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, okay. The only thing to beat a nat 20 is another nat 20, but that did not happen. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I look at my D20 and underneath the 2 is a 20. So I assume that was a 20.
Okay. So as Lord Lufio is watching this, standing there watching this go on, you see Lupin taking out his awesomely new glossy, highly taken care of, well-oiled, and super shiny, like a candy button lute. And you start seeing him shred on it, like in an awesome, like he starts getting into it. He's like, and as he does that, you turn around and you see this band of merry bards who are singing suddenly start being all out of harmony, and they start looking at each other and start yelling like, "You're supposed to play this!" And then you start hearing bantering, and now you just start seeing this group of bards start swinging their lutes and harps and lyres around at each other. Lord Lufio is dumbfounded. It's like, what just happened? He looks and he starts just walking to the bards and like, hey, stop that. And he leaves you guys alone.
Wait, they know?
Huh?
They know about my lute?
No, Lufio's dumbfounded.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it.
Just went over to tell them to stop fighting.
Oh, okay, I misheard you. Got it.
Yeah, he's like, stop playing that. I know what you're doing. No, that's not what he did. He does not have any idea.
Excellent.
All right. Well, great performance there, Lupin.
Thanks for the idea. Thanks for the. Yeah.
I've known you for many, many months, and I feel I've adapted into your ways.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Anywho, well, with our horses, we shall be on our merry way.
All right, very good. So you start your glorious adventure, and you walk outside. And as you start on your horses, of course, start galloping through the outside, you just see the swarm of activity that has been happening. The economy is really great up here right now. As you hear through the conversations of other people, you hear stories of Soul Haven being in quarantine because of a certain virus that has been causing things, and you hear stories of things being shipped over here directly because there's no other place that will take them but the landing. And you see all these, and you look around and you see all these new adventurers that were bright and happy and young as you all were when you first came into the landing. And you look at them with great nostalgia and great understanding, knowing that their joy will immediately be ruined as they come into the landing and learn the harshness of what it means to be an adventurer in this time.
Lupin's feeling so big for his britches, looking down, kind of looks down on these people.
Well, technically, you and your horse, you're the same height as most people, so you're not okay. Yeah.
Well, figuratively, not literally.
Yeah. Yeah. So you travel a little bit, And now you're going down towards the forest that that you chose not to explore last time. You go through, and a little ways further, you see the mine road that you all took prior, and you have all nostalgia of your great mining adventures and you learning how to smelt and make iron ore.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it has.
Oh my goodness.
And if
both in the game and real life.
Specifically 8 months ago, correct?
It's been a while, yes. As you continue to go forward, you are exploring more and more of the forest. Oh, and wait, we're in the forest now. Hold on.
This is where the kobolds are?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey.
Yeah.
So we are now in the forest. Here we go. We are now in the forest.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes. So we are in the forest. And as you travel down, you start seeing footprints that are of kobold kind.
Lonka? Chonkla?
Was it Chonkla or Chonka?
No, you just see random. You just see random kobold footprints on the floor right now.
Or Chonka, I don't know.
Is Chonka a Honka?
Chonka. I said slipper.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what Stell says. She's like, Lonka? Chonka?
Kind of looks around there.
And you hear enough. You say this out to the forest, and nothing comes back in void.
Of course.
It looks like you are entering territory that do belong to kobolds. You start seeing signs of saying no humans enter, and you start reading signs that say our place, please go away. You're starting seeing signs that say don't visit us, leave us alone. This is our place. In very legible common language in the signs.
I mean, we're allies of the.
Yeah, we might have to do a little bit of explaining, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody what's everybody's passive perception check?
My
perception.
My perception?
Your passive perception.
Oh yeah, if you recall, mine's high. 16.
16. That's right.
Yes. I am wise.
Okay, so Legato, you have a sense of things following you. You know that what's following you isn't really much of a threat, but it's following you.
And I relay this to everyone through the amulet that I believe we're being followed, but let us keep our. I don't believe it's dangerous, but perhaps we can be cautious. I just wanted to let you guys know so we're aware. But let's continue going without them feeling suspicious of us.
You don't think we should try to kind of trap them there, or should we just keep going?
I would advise us just to keep going. From my sense, can I tell that they're catching up, or does it look like we're getting a pretty good lead with the horses?
So what's going on is that as they're whatever it is, they're keeping at a steady pace with you. They're keeping probably about a 60-foot distance away from you, and they're not trying to get any closer, but they're not getting any farther either.
Got it.
Okay.
And just to note, is Stell still with us, or is Stell in a different forest?
Mine's a high definition forest.
Oh.
Remember, Stell, as the influencer she is, sees everything in HD. She sees world. She definitely sees the world a little bit differently than the group.
Aries is going to suggest.
Definitely Stella.
What is it, Legato? Why don't you try using maybe your familiar to check out who's following us?
You're correct. That is a very good idea. You seem to be very familiar with that spell. All right.
Can you show yourself?
He's right with us. What are you talking about? He's on a horse.
No.
Oh, you mean on Zoom?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, I call out my familiar. He's on my arm, and I say, "Go!" And then he just flies off to the back, like as if he just like, obviously with physics and all that, he kind of just like jumps off and he gets launched back. It looks like he's getting launched back, but he's kind of holding back for a bit, and he's going to be about 50 feet behind us.
What, the familiar?
The familiar, but he's going to be a little higher. Like
Okay.
he's not within like, he's going to be like above the trees, and he's looking down. So actually about 60 feet back, and he's going to look down.
Okay, what kind of creature again?
Oh, sorry?
What creature is it again?
It's an owl.
An owl. Oh yes, the owls.
The owls.
So,
can I say a quick thing out of game?
Yes.
I am actually gonna waste away if I don't eat anything. So I'm still gonna be here, but I'm just gonna. My roommates are watching a movie. I'm just gonna mute my microphone, but I'm still here and listening.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so the owl, you shoot the owl behind you, and it decides to perch up on the trees, and just sits on a branch until you're about 50 feet, and then it starts trailing behind you. Just to remember, does the owl have your same perception, or has its own perception?
He, I believe, has his own perception. But what's nice about the owl is I think he has advantage in his perception check because he has a Let me check. Let me look at note. Owl. The owl is. Oh, he has a +3 perception. But he has keen hearing and sight. The owl has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Has a perception 13. Okay. All right. So is your owl gonna actively perceive, or is he gonna just?
He will be active.
Okay. So the owl looks around. Can you roll, please?
Yes. He has a 15. Oh wait, what is that? That's a 16 plus 3, 19.
Yes. Okay. So the owl looks, and in its big eyes, you just get a glimpse, and you see 5 kobolds trailing you all with their weapons in tow, but they're being very cautious with your group. It looks like they're still debating on what to do with your group as you travel through their territory.
Okay. And then as that happens, I will go back to my senses and I tell everyone through the amulet what I've seen and what I perceive, and I ask, what shall be done of this? Shall we continue or shall we confront?
Ares is going to say, did you recognize any of them, the kobolds we met before?
And I guess I asked DM, do I recognize any of them?
None of the kobolds you saw were the ones that you met at the mine.
Okay. So it seems we do not have any relations to these kobolds. We could continue on our way. It seems like they are keeping a fair distance. They don't seem to be responding in a manner that is aggressively hostile. I think they're being extra careful because they obviously were in their territory.
Yeah, I would just suggest we just proceed with our mission. We don't really have any business with them right now. Unless you want to, pay our little 2 friends a visit.
I think Stell would probably like that, but Stell's not anywhere here. And it looks like Aaron's singing. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, he's
okay. He's like, one moment.
So I think he's saying he wants to see the kobolds. I think that's what he's trying to say.
You want to see the kobolds? Give us a nod.
Oh, yep. He says yes.
Oh, okay.
So as you're walking in, you see Lupin with a bag full of snacks in one hand and his mouth full of like he's eating some rations or something, and he just like nods. And at the same time, you see Stell just staring out into space, and you just hear her just saying "Lanka, Lanka, Lanka, Lanka," as if she's like she's enchanted with the forest, but at the same time she's thinking of.
Wait, does she look like she's enchanted, or
No,
she just looks like she's just
she
lost?
just looks like she's just enjoying the background of the. She's just enjoying the nature as it is, as her young, good-natured self is.
On the topic of snacks, it looks like she's enjoying a nice set of snacks herself.
Indeed.
We're gonna see Chanka and Lanka.
Yeah, we might be visiting Chanka and Lanka. It seems like we have a group consensus to see what we can do about it. So should we try and encounter these kobolds to ask of Chanka and Blanca? Maybe perhaps we can communicate with them and to tell them that we are not here to be feared.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll, I guess we'll kind of, at least Legato will start slowing his gallop.
Okay.
And he will turn around as he comes to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Fear not, my kobolds. We do know that you are following us. And we are here not as a threat, but here as just passerbys. But we are also aware of a good friend of ours, a friend of perhaps yourselves, Chanka and Blanca."
And after you say that, you start seeing a couple of kobolds' head come up, and they start saying, "Chiefs, chiefs, chiefs, chiefs,
Chiefs, Chiefs,
chiefs, chiefs," as in CHIEF.
Chiefs.
And they look at each other, and they look at you as adventurers, and they come out of hiding, and they start walking towards you all. And then they stare at you guys again, and then they see you, and they walk ahead of you, and you see one of the kobolds start waving you down as if to follow them.
All right. I guess we shall follow.
Yeah, take us to your leader.
Take us to your leader. Take us to your chief.
Okay, so you start following them, and for another hour or so, you walk into some bends and some different paths, and you start going into a clearing, and you start seeing a little village full of huts and campfires, and in the middle of this little encampment, you see like a house that's slightly elevated, made from the branches and everything, that looks a little bit more, just a little bit more nicer than all the other huts, and then you see one of the other once you get to the town, one of the kobolds keeps waving you to follow him to that hut.
Have you continued that? I'm going to just grab a snack real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Everyone, make sure you have your snacks.
I already ate through all my Pocky.
Oh, was it strawberry Pocky or chocolate Pocky or matcha? Oh. Anyone want some honey butter chips? Oh man, the forest is too potent.
I want snacks right now too, so I might just go drop by my 7-Eleven later on.
Tweez.
Get some savory chips or some. Like I have sweets for days. I have so many sweets for days. I just want savory now, like some French fries. Ooh, French fries.
Do you have?
Huh?
Never mind.
Your internet froze when you spoke. I did not hear you.
I said, do you have tweez for days?
Cheese?
Tweez. Tweez.
Stop. Tweeze for days.
I'm back.
Okay, very good. So you're all, huh?
Where'd Michelle go?
I guess her internet failed or something. Yeah.
TT,
Okay.
are you gonna show your video?
I can't because every time I do it, my thing locks. I'm telling you, it's not. I'm telling you, it just locks up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
want to lose this chance. Every time I close this app, it has a hard time reopening it the second time, and I have to like either log out, log back in, or just have several attempts.
Okay. So you walk in. So just to get us all back centered, you guys are in front of the hut, the elevated, slightly nicer hut, and you see one of the kobolds just now is just like pointing you towards the entrance of the hut now.
As I'm looking at him and he's pointing, does he seem to have any ill intent? Could I roll an insight to check?
Sure.
Okay.
While he rolls an insight, Stella just runs ahead into the hut.
Yeah, you see Stella just running straight into the hut.
Yeah, because he thinks it's our friends.
So we don't see our friends in the crowd or anything?
Huh?
We don't see our kobold friends in the crowd or anything?
No, not yet. But yeah, okay, so Stella runs into the hut. Legato, do you want to roll?
Yeah, I got some 23.
Okay. Well, you can tell the kobold's trying to direct you in there, and it looks like he's trying to like he's doing it in the best hospitable way a kobold can do it. So it looks like he's doing it out of hospitality rather than out of forcefulness.
And I tell the rest, I'm sure Stella will be safe. So Stella will be fine. All right, we'll walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you walk in, you see these two kind of makeshift chairs from the kobolds. From what you can tell, it looks like the kobolds were trying to make these chairs as something like for positions of important power. And you see two kobolds sitting there, and you recognize these kobolds. And you see Stell just like jumping for joy, and as the kobolds just like are smiling eerily happy, but from what you guys can tell, them smiling eerily happy is them actually generally just being happy.
What does it look like? Like that?
Huh?
Is that eerily happy?
That's awkward. That's like awkward weirdness happy.
Can you give an example then? What does eerily happy look like?
Okay, it's the best way to describe it is like these are monsters, and when they smile, they look menacing, but in this case, they're not being menacing. They're just being friendly.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so you recognize these two. It's Lanka and Blanca.
Who's Blanca?
Lanka and Chanka?
Chanka, there we go.
Blanca.
Yeah, those names.
Blanca.
Title.
And they're all dressed in like official robes and type. It looks like they're in charge now.
They made it. Stella's like, oh my god, are you guys an influencer like me?
They both look confused at Stella, but they smile at her anyway because she's being so cute and adorable at this time.
I look at the chiefs and I tell them, it seems you guys are doing well for yourselves.
And they smile, yes. And then through their broken common language, they say, thank you for visiting us. Thank you for not attacking our people. And they say many human have been attacking us recently.
Why is this?
And they say there's been a surge of many humans adventuring, and they say that these adventurers have been picking on kobolds because they think we're easy targets. We are afraid to fight back harder because that means they'll bring more attention. But at the same time, more and more adventurers are invading their territory, and they don't know how to correctly handle the situation. They talk about, and then they start sharing stories how their former leaders tried to go out to talk to people, but they never returned, so they became the leaders by default.
Oh no. Well, I'm sorry what may have happened, but I'm happy to know that you guys are in good hands, as you are the new chiefs, and we know you can handle a good punch.
And Stell says, "Oh my God, do you guys want me to make a YouTube? I mean, do you guys want me to make an advertisement right now telling everyone not to hurt kobolds because I can?"
The kobolds look at you, look at Stella, and they turn to each other and they start talking in kobold, and they turn back to you. It's like, is there a way for you to help us?
And Stella's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do."
And they say, are you able to stop the humans from invading our territory?
Yeah. Or Ares speaks up and says, maybe we can form diplomatic relations with the town, the leader, Eka.
Who we have close relations with, so we can perhaps put in good word. I don't know if we can completely stop the human invasion into your territory, but we can at least be, as Stell mentioned, in influence.
Okay. So the kobolds look at each other and say, "Oh, this is great news." And they walk outside, and they start screaming like you hear them do like this weird like awkward cry like ah! And then all the kobolds in the town just come forward to the hut, and then you start seeing the kobolds start saying things in their language, and then all the kobolds are started jumping up, and you look like they're jumping for joy, and the kobolds look to you and say, "Thank you for wanting to protect us. The other humans may be coming soon."
Oh. Are you aware that there are humans coming?
And they look at you and say, "Didn't you say you'll attack the other humans?"
Oh, no, we didn't say attack. We said we will find some perhaps solution to helping you not be attacked.
And they look confused, as if the language barrier is preventing them from understanding what you're really trying to say.
Well, then Stell looks at them and says, "Us humans be friends with those humans. You safe."
The kobolds look at, oh wait, hold on. You know what? Wait.
Hey, that probably worked, right?
You know what? The dice don't lie. The kobolds look at you, and out of just a brief moment of clarity, they understood what you're trying to say, and they nod. It's like, okay, all right. All right.
So, yes, I'm well versed in Kobold.
Hey.
Oh, you can speak Kobold? Or Kobold?
Yes,
none of you guys have comprehend languages, right? As a spell or cantrip?
Actually, I do.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ares has no patience for this and turns to the legato.
But I can't communicate with them. I can only understand a little meaning of the word, and I also can read, but I can't
comprehend what they're saying. You can't communicate back, right?
I can't communicate back. No.
Okay, so as you're doing this, you hear some noise coming from the front of the town, and you see some young, hardy adventurers walking in. It's like, and you hear them say, "Jackpot!" And you turn around and you see like these young, boyish adventurers, specifically human adventurers. You see a human fighter, a human mage, a human. It looks like a human ranger, and then you see a priestess. Specifically, and it has to be a priestess. It can't be anything else. And you hear them like, we're gonna get so much fame and wealth from attacking this town. Let's go for it. And you just start seeing them like going to one hut and they just start trampling it down.
And then I rush over there and I tell them, stop, in the name of the heroes of the hilt.
Hold on. Actually, where's my percentage die? Hold on. I gotta roll for this because I did promise. They look at you like, who are you? And they just keep, and they like, we found this place first. We're gonna raid it. We're gonna take everything, and you can't say it's not yours.
Okay, then Stella runs up and she says, I might have to roll for persuasion, I think. But then she goes, didn't you guys hear? This place is completely off limits. If anyone tries to steal or kill anything from this place, you will be fined and jailed for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
It's deception.
That's deception.
Deception.
I know, I was like, which one is it?
Persuasion.
Let's see.
Let me know what you roll.
16.
16?
Mm.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So the priestess looks into you and is like, I think she's telling the truth. And the other side like, no, this little girl, she knows nothing. And then one of the human fighter kind of like pushes you to the side, like roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts walking toward the kobolds and starts swinging his sword at them, and they're just and you see all the kobolds panicking and just dodging the sword strikes.
The moment like he pushes me to the side, I kick him in the balls.
Oh.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah. I'm ready to start a fight. These are my kobolds.
You want to start a fight with them?
Aries wanted to do something before.
Yeah.
Before I kick him in the balls?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do anything before she completes her action?
So Aries brings out the crest of like the Order of the Griffin, I guess, the thing we're part of.
Okay.
And then he just declares to everyone, or the adventurers, or the human adventurers, and just says, we're on like a diplomatic mission on behalf of Akka and Lord Luthio. So don't interfere.
Hold on.
Ooh, you should do intimidation.
Already.
Actually, that would be can you roll intimidation on that one?
You want to do persuasion? I'm actually
intimidation.
Intimidation? I don't have anything. Okay, hold on. Okay, 15 plus. Zero or no, 1. 16.
Big difference.
No charisma.
Okay. So as you do that, the ranger says like, and he yells like, "Hey, bro, I think they're legit." And the fighter's like, "What?" And it's all confused. But as you stop the human fighter, one of the kobolds, you see him pulling a drawstring on their bow and shoots the human fighter that you don't know his name yet of. And hold on. And the arrow gets to him, but it bounces off his armor. But then the human fighter's all startled now.
I was actually going to say I was going to use my reaction because I have my shield.
Oh,
to actually
that is right.
To direct that towards me.
All right, let's backtrack a little bit.
Nice.
As you see the bow being pulled, you raise your shield in defense of the human, and the human fighter looks at you like looking all dumbfounded and ill-experienced, like he's been thought of what's going on.
So it blocks it? Or?
Yeah, no, you block it.
Okay.
And now all the kobolds that are not Lanka and I'd say the other. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, yeah, are all like brandishing weapons and have bows pointed at the other human fighters, the other humans apart from you guys. And
As my action, I will, with minor illusion, create a louder sound from using it, and I will be shouting out, "Stop, everyone! Stop!" And then I say, "There is no need for any fighting. As Ares have mentioned, we are here on a mission, and we are here to try, and also as a side thing, we're here to prevent, you know, collateral damage from any of our comrades." And I speak to the humans. The kobolds are our friends, and I speak to the kobolds. The humans are not enemies.
You see Lanka and Blanca. I can't say their names for the life of me.
Blanca and Chonka.
Chonka, there we go. You see
The Blanca.
Blanca.
Just call it Blanca.
Okay, and they come to the crowd and they start saying things in Cobalt, and you see all the kobolds lower their weapons and they're more calm now. Okay, and then
on the fight.
Well, it looks like you guys are choosing a more diplomatic situation with this scenario. So we're running with the diplomatic scenario.
Wait, I could pull out the loot.
You could pull out the loot.
I don't know other mission to do.
I don't know how your friends would feel about it.
Yeah, probably attempt to stop me.
Okay.
So we'll see where it goes.
So you come up and you see the fighter comes up and says, "My name is Fred."
Oh,
I'm Fred, the fighter.
Fred the fighter, huh?
And he says it with all seriousness.
Fighting Fred, huh?
Yes, and we are seeking adventure and fame, and we thought we'd be able to find this by attacking kobolds because they are not one of us.
We'll try the mines. Something there for you. Is Ares going to say that?
The mines? And they look, there's mines?
Yes, of course. But what you should be aware of is that there is no need to fight these kobolds because they are not of a problem to the humans, and I think it should be left that way. And you guys should find yourselves elsewhere if you want to seek for adventure.
So Fred looks at his group, and he nods at them, and they start walking out. And Fred says, "We will seek our fame elsewhere. May I have your names, please?"
We are the heroes of the hilt. I am Legato.
I'm Stell.
I'm Lupin. He's Aries.
Fred looks at you like, "I never heard of you all before, and if we ever meet again, I hope it is on better terms." And you see Fred and his four friends. Fred and his four friends leave the village.
Oh, we didn't get their names. The others.
No, you just know Fred the fighter and his four friends.
Is he the leader of the group?
Before they leave, I shout out, "What is the name of the priestess?"
And you just, as you say that, you try to hear the priestess, but the priestess is too far away.
Oh.
We can catch up to them, Ares says. Do you want to get her name?
I want to get more than her name.
We can slow them down. I've got my loot.
No, it is fine. We'll let them go. It is another love that is lost.
Oh, I didn't know about this new character arc for Legato.
No, Legato's always been someone who seeks for.
Now that feels like he's fiending for a lady. I like it.
Yes. Well, thank you for that comment. For I am forever alone.
Oh.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, but I don't feel alone. I'm with my comrades.
Are you from North Korea or something? Why do you keep calling everyone comrades?
North Korea? That's not North Korea.
North Korea, that sounds Russian.
That's Russian.
That's more Russian.
I've been watching K-drama, sorry.
They call, wait, what? Koreans say comrades?
In North Korea.
Are you sure it's not the dubbing? Not the dubbing or the subtitles? Because I know it's not a direct translation.
I don't know. Moving on.
Okay. Well, comrades, like, you know, when you're on a journey with your team.
No, I've really just been watching too much K-drama, sorry.
Okay. So,
buddies.
Okay, so this obviously new batch of adventurers who have no clue what they were doing have left. You have a bunch of kobolds who are looking at you all as heroes now.
Heroes of the Kobolds. Oh my gosh.
Heroes of the Kobold.
Group name. Heroes of the Kobold.
Did it change the title?
Only if we get approval.
All right. Well, we look at the chiefs and we tell them, yes, we stopped the fight. This is only for the time being, but we will, again, put good word in for this village and the Cobalt Nation. But unfortunately, we are lacking in time. We have to actually have a mission we have to complete.
And you see the chiefs look at you, and they were disappointed, and they say in a broken English, "Please stay. We party in honor of you."
Wait, I look at Stell. You know how to speak Cobalt. You should tell them exactly what I was mentioning, because we don't have time to party as much as we would love to party, but we party for 4 months straight, and I'm itching for some action. Wait, Stell gone? Oh, Stell.
Oh, she's muted.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh, there you go.
Wait, did you ask me then?
Yeah, could you relay that to the chiefs so that they don't seem to understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, what were you trying to say again? Sorry.
I was just telling them we don't really have time to party as much as we would love to stay, but we have to go on our merry way.
I'd like to party. I like to party.
So she looks at the kobolds again and says, "We busy. We go now."
Can we tell she's kind of winging this right now?
I mean,
wait, I can
whatever it looks like,
language.
it's working.
It sounds pretty convincing, right?
Does she seem convincing?
Yeah, insight.
You really want to do insight?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. How does it seem?
So,
yeah,
as you guys could tell, it looks like it's working, because you see the kobolds comprehending what Stell's doing. Mostly because she's very adorable, and the kobolds just appreciate her adorableness. So I guess that just makes them more. Huh?
It's because I can speak their language. It's not my looks, it's my intelligence.
No, it's apparently your looks. We go now. We no party.
Go.
So they go back and say, "We understand," and they say safe passage, and then they look at a couple kobolds, and then the kobolds come near to you to your party, and then they say they guide you on.
Before we leave, I wanted to give Blanca and Chuck, I guess my crest of the Order of the Griffin.
Oh.
And just go like, if any of the adventurers giving you trouble, just show them this. Tell them that you know Akka.
Dang.
Hey.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a smart way to handle it.
I'll commend Aries for the standing ovation.
So, the chiefs take the crest, and they look at each other, and they bow to you in respect, because they seem to understand what you're talking about, and they decide to they hang the crest in front of their hut, like
Aries is to tell. Tio, can you translate that for them? Can you translate to that?
But then Stella looks at them and she's like, oh, they understand. And she gives them a hug goodbye. Oh, okay. And then she does say, she points at the thing and then says, you safe now.
And they look and like, yes, they nod in agreement.
Yes.
Okay. So time to move on, I guess. So as you spend the time walking out, you leave into we are now outside of the forest, and you guys are now in the foothills of the area. So foothills. Okay. And the kobolds stop as you're about to enter the foothills, and they wave bye to you in a friendly gesture.
And I do my Princess Diane wave.
The kobolds look at you awkwardly as they don't know how to comprehend that, but they just keep waving back. Okay. Right. As you adventure out north, you see a lot of things, and you start seeing a lot of dead carcasses everywhere, like animal carcasses, dead animals, things that should not be dead in this area.
Can I jump off my horse? I'll swiftly jump off my horse as it kind of slows its roll down, and I want to do a nature check on the animals.
Oh, you can do a nature check? Okay.
Well, it's just one of the checks. It's just measures your ability to call lore, terrain, plants, animals, the weather.
Go for it.
Okay.
Let me know what you roll.
I have rolled a 10 plus 5, 15.
You can tell that these animals are dead not by nature-related issues, but it looks like someone or something killed them. As you explore the carcasses, you notice that a lot of them were stripped for its meat, but it doesn't look like they did a very good job in taking what they wanted from these carcasses. You do see some entrails that are outspilled and are starting to stink up what you're smelling. So, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So you're saying they've been. How does it look like they've been killed?
Like this? Or should I find other?
Not like that. It looks like these were killed by not by natural means, but by someone or something that wanted its meat. But whatever didn't do it like in a like someone who would know what they're doing, but someone who just wanted a piece of the animal's flesh to satisfy something.
Got it. And does it look like it's been like cut, or does it look like it's been bit?
It's a combination of a lot of different things. You see slashes, you see bite marks. Whatever it was not nice.
Was it like this?
To the animals. Closer to that, yes. Except with more entrails and sinew and muscles everywhere.
Yeah, Google Images ain't gonna have that.
Okay.
Can we check if there's any tooths or teeth or any claws that from the scratching that might have just come off that's stuck in the body? Or like fur or anything?
So you do see. Wait, one moment. Okay, so you do see fur around that's not part of the animal carcass. You can. Does anybody have lore or any kind of ability to check history?
I don't know if anyone else has anything else.
Has anyone?
Survival?
I mean, I have a high intelligence, so can we roll for a history check?
Well, intelligence, but depends on your background. So I think Aries might actually have the better chance in this.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so just straight roll.
Yeah, as with your noble background, you would be educated in understanding these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that Legato would not know, but go ahead. Sorry.
7.
7? Okay. So, Aries, you look at the stuff and you remember back when you were in your studies that things that kill other animals like this tends to be creatures that hunt in packs or hunt for what they want specifically from these animals. You know whatever it is very dangerous, and most likely it's not just one based on what you're seeing. You just can't figure out what kind of animal it is because your studies have eluded you in this part.
Yeah, I relay this information to everyone.
In packs, huh? Well, we can't do anything more just sitting and standing here. But we'll just take a good mental note of this, and actually, as that's happening, as he's relaying this to us, I'm going to be looking around, and I want to see if there's any footprints.
Wait, you have investigation, right?
Yes.
Can you roll that, please?
Yes. I will roll investigation. Ooh, 17.
17?
Yes.
You look around and you do see a set of, as you walk like back from the scene, you start seeing how there's footprints around the carcasses that look very large and very heavy. And you start seeing how they trample off in the same direction that you're all walking to.
Well, whatever it is, we'll know it soon enough if we continue going in the direction we're going. So perhaps this will be a good side mission for us. Or actually, it could be related to the whole situation that, what's his name?
Darkane.
Darkane is involved in. So perhaps we can find ourselves in that direction. But does it seem like it's going in the direction that we're trying to head to?
All you can see is that as the path you're going to, the footsteps are going the same direction. So like you're going down the path and you're seeing the footsteps keep going that same path.
Got it. Okay. Well, let's act with haste. I think this is I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay. So what does your group want to do?
What do you guys suggest? Should we just continue?
Yeah, as far as we can go.
Yeah. All right. We'll just keep on our path. I mean, if the track trails off, we'll probably not worry too much about it. But if it kind of goes in a similar direction, I guess that will kill two birds with one stone.
Okay. So you spend another hour or two going out, and
what time is it at that time? By the time we get to where we're at?
Okay, so you left town around noonish. You spent like 2 hours to get to the Koba place. It took you about an hour and a half to deal with the whole newbie adventurer situation. You spent another hour out, so it's like close to 5 to 6 now. And you notice that the sun's not exactly setting yet, but you know that you should be taking the time to settle down because your horses need to get refreshment, needs to.
Oh, poor Luffy.
They need some rest. They need to get some water and food too, and based in the area, it looks like you guys could easily find a place to like encamp or just settle in for the night if you choose to. Or you can just run your horses to the ground and totally disregard what the shop owner told you to do to take care of the horses.
Well, I don't want to take advantage of our horses, but at the same time, it's slowing us down. But I think because of our current predicament, it might be best we keep our horses in good check. We'll kind of maybe we could take a short rest. Would it help the horses?
That will give them time to eat and give them time to recuperate a little bit before you move forward.
I think because if it's only 6 o'clock, we can still make good time. What do you guys suggest? You think a good short rest?
Yeah.
So you're trying to take a short rest and then go throughout the night?
No, well, he says it's only 6 o'clock or 7 right now. So if we take a short rest, which is an hour, we can still kind of push until maybe, another 3-4 hours until around 11.
Why don't we just push until 4 hours and then take a rest?
Sorry, group.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, I'll join
later. We'll
soon.
be around.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. No, continue, guys. Yeah.
So why don't we just continue 4 hours, then take the long rest?
Oh well, it's the horses right now. I think they need some rest. Do you mean like we should probably just push the horses?
Wait, what's wrong with the horses? Are they?
So they're tired and they're hungry and they need to recuperate. That's what he was saying. Unless we just disregard what the original owners are saying about these horses, because I mean, I don't know what your guys' morals are on horse health, but
I mean,
horses.
I mean, I love my Storm.
I feel like something bad's gonna happen if we don't take care of them.
Because I mean,
Ooh, smiling over there. He's like, oh, it's gonna be so funny when they don't take care of their horses. All their horses die or turn on.
I mean, can they be pushed a couple more hours? Because we're gonna take a long rest anyways, right? They're gonna get their 8 hours.
You wake up in the middle of the night and Storm's gonna be standing over you with a knife.
Why did you feed me? Does it really take an hour to feed all of them?
Do we really need a long rest?
Well, TJ was just going to say to take a short rest.
Well, that's why I'm asking the DM, I guess, because it's already close to the evening. So that's why I was asking you guys, are you going to travel in the night? Because otherwise we can just travel for a couple more hours and then take, the long rest.
So you can do either way is fine with me. I just need to know how you want to move forward with this so I can tell you what part of the story we're going to. So from your understanding of the horses from your past experience with them in the lighthouse, they could handle extended period of time. You just have to be mindful that they do get fed and they do get rested, because if they don't, then when you actually need them to exert their energy, they won't be at their peak performance. The way you've been treating the horses right now, you haven't been exerting them to to gallop everywhere, but you're using them at a decent pace where you're going faster than you would normally walk, but they're not exerting their full energy to dash around everywhere.
True, and they did have time to rest at the Cobalt location.
They did, but did you feed them?
Yeah. Oh, did we feed them? I will feed them as they run.
We're working out, eating pizza.
I don't mind. I don't mind using Mage Hand to feed them some of the food as they're traveling.
Well, I guess the question is, how further do we have to travel?
Oh, did any of you guys bother to get a map or directions?
Nope.
I mean, I can just
So based on what you remember from Akka saying, it's a full day and a half journey to get there. So based on what your experience is, you're probably only a third of the way there, but you can't really tell because you don't have a map or some kind of way to guide you to know how far you are, because since you chose this route. So I mean, there's ways to find out if you're there, if you're close enough or not. That's gonna be up to you as a group how to find an answer.
Well, we did receive word from Akka that it's gonna take what, 12 hours or
days and a half journey.
Day and a half. But that's if we walked. But with a horse, we've determined that it'll take maybe about 3/4 of a day, right?
About half, possibly.
Oh, like half a day?
Oh no. I'm sorry. You're right. It would take 3. It would cut it down by a quarter. So you're at. So instead of being a day and a half, it probably might take a full day's journey.
Got it. So we're only like about what, like 4 hours in?
Yeah.
So
remember, you got delayed because of the kobolds. They kind of like occupied you for a little bit.
That's true. I think perhaps we'll take Aries' advice and maybe we'll push the horses a little bit longer since they weren't going too far. Like they weren't being too aggressive about their trekking. Yeah, so I would say let's maybe push the horses a little longer, and then we'll feed them for like 5 minutes, like 10 minutes, and then we'll kind of start going on merry way.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm hungry.
Resuming with the crew if you ever want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll pop in like soon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
TJ is in high demand.
I am. Well, apparently, I think tonight it was it's my friends sort of families, like we kind of have a little reunion thing here and there, but we haven't talked to them in a long time, and it's been a difficult challenge for the family because their grandma passed away.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think we're having like a Zoom meeting to kind of but I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna be doing the DND, but I think they'll be on for at least another 40 minutes or so. So
okay. I mean, this is a good spot to stop right now because
no, I just got here.
Oh, you've been here for at least an hour now.
Yeah, I need to get my 2 hours in. let's at least go till like 10:30.
Wow.
Oh, 10:30.
10:30. And then TJ, if you ever have to go into the Zoom meeting, you can just come back when you're done.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I thought that's why we started early, because I mean, usually our sessions are 3 hours, right?
3 a.m. yesterday.
I know, dude. I ended up waking up early today too, and I was like, "What the heck? Why am I awake?"
I woke up at 8.
Oh wow.
Initially, yeah, but I mean, it was not my choice.
At least play till like 10:15.
That's 15 minutes less.
I thought we were gonna play till like from 7 to 10. That was my thought.
Like
but
10:25.
So 10:15.
I feel like 10 o'clock is a good time.
I've only been here for an hour.
Yeah, well, come on. What if Michelle hops in right now and she's like, I actually want to play till like midnight. I just got here.
Is it up to Lou? It depends on Lou's time. I mean, Lou, do you have to wake up early tomorrow, or?
I am working tomorrow morning. So let's do this. Let's stop. This is a good place for me to stop for now.
20 more minutes.
But what are we gonna do for 20 more minutes?
Continue on. Make a decision.
Okay, how about this, Lou? Can we continue on until we do a long rest? So we're going to. What we'll do is we'll feed the horses, and we'll maybe horse back for another few hours. And then Aries recommended that we take a long rest at that point. I'm not sure if anything's going to happen between that time, but that's up to you.
Well, you are choosing to continue on, so you continue your journey, and you're starting to climb up the incline of this mountain pass. That is that you believe is where you're supposed to be going. And as you go up, you start seeing those carcasses again, except it looks a lot more fresher.
Fresh meat.
More carcasses.
Can we smell the blood? Can we smell the innards of these creatures?
Actually, you can. It looks like this is like very recent that this happened.
I will tell the rest of the crew. Let's take a moment to stop, and then I will send my owl straight up to see if the owl can see anything in the distance that could be related to this.
Okay. So, what direction are you sending the owl?
I'm gonna send my owl just up and then north toward, like up, like maybe about 50 feet, and then I guess forward towards the tracks about 70 feet. So the extent of how far I can move my owl.
All right.
And
so, okay, as you look up the pass, you start seeing how the mountain pass has like crevices for things that look like to be like natural caves, and it looks like the footpaths start walking toward those caves.
Okay, and I relay to everyone. It seems like there's some caves ahead of us that might be where whatever this creature or humanoid or whatever it may be that has attacked these creatures may have trekked into.
It's Bigfoot.
So we might perhaps, it might be in our best interest to not engage in battle yet and to rest before going further into traversing into the caves.
What if it attacks us though when we're resting? Do you think that's an option? Or that could happen? Should we have someone on watch?
Yeah.
I would say we can have someone on watch. I would maybe recommend
a little bit.
Well, is this a clearing? You said we're in the foothills right now?
Yeah, so just look at the background behind me. That's what you're seeing. You're going up a hill. There's no clearings. You just see rocks and natural caves forming.
Okay. Are there any caves near us that is not related to where the tracks are leading that we can maybe jump into?
Investigation check?
Investigation? Is it not perception?
Or is it perception? Investigation is for looking at... Okay, yeah, let's go with perception.
Okay. Ooh, what is that? That's a 1-8. 18. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. 24.
Okay. So you do see you see a number of caves where it doesn't look like the footpath's gone into.
I will guide, I guess, everyone in that direction. I say, hey, let's go into those caves if we need maybe some sort of protection, security. About the rest up.
All right. So, are you doing a short rest or a long rest?
We'll do a long rest in there, I think, because how much further did we go? Like a couple of more hours, like 2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3 more hours. Well, let's go with 2 hours because you guys haven't been pushing your horses extremely hard. You've just been at a fairly decent pace.
So it's about 6 hours into our journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the evening, right?
It's starting to get evening. Yeah, it's getting dark.
It's like 8 or 9 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should probably get a long rest, unless anyone has any suggestions of what we should proceed with doing.
I think the long rest is good.
What about you, Stel? I know you're itching to keep moving forward.
But long rest sounds smart, I guess. Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't travel at night, so.
Yeah, I don't really have good sight in the darkness.
Yeah, we just, I guess, decide who like stays watch different shifts.
Yeah, but we also are in the cave, so we have a pretty good sort of insulation to avoid, you know, things from, unless they're actually like looking in these caves. I don't think anything knows that we're in here. How far in does this cave go?
Yeah, did we search it?
So the one you chose, you look in, and you see that it goes pretty deep, actually. And since it's dark, you can't really tell the difference. I mean, you can't judge how deep it goes. You can tell from at least it's more than 60 feet going deep into the hole.
Does it? Okay. But none of the trails lead into here, correct?
It did not.
Okay. So I think this might be a good place. We still should have people keep watch because I'm more weary of what may be inside versus what's may come in from outside.
We can search it out if you want.
Yeah. Do we have maybe we'll use this last hour before we head to sleep to take a look inside the cave. Does anyone have dark vision?
Not me.
No, I'm human.
How about you, Stel?
I think I do, actually.
Actually, I think you do too.
Yeah, I should.
Okay, Stel has dark vision. I think she can see at least 60 feet, and then up to what, like 120 feet in low light? Like, I guess 60 feet in clear and another 60 feet where she can see things in gray versus total darkness. So we'll send Stel. Maybe perhaps you can lead the pack, and then we'll take a watch to see like what may be further into the caves.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's see, do they have dark vision?
What was that?
Calistars.
Do they have dark vision?
I thought I did. I'm trying to find it though.
I thought you did too.
Maybe as an Asimar you had dark vision. I'm not sure.
All right, Calistars, they have...
Where would it be? Racial traits, feats, or class features?
Racial traits, right?
Should be features and traits, yeah.
Oh, they're similar to human bills. They're typically a few inches taller. It does not say that they have dark vision.
Ah.
Oh, I got my characters mixed up.
No, this is not Boone. Boone.
Boone.
Yeah. Okay, so none of us have dark vision. Wow.
Ah.
Well, I do have a torch, so I'm gonna light that up.
Of course. Okay. No adventure would not be complete with their kit without a torch. So.
Yep.
Lit up the torch.
Oh, actually, Ares, do you have do you have light? Do you have the cantrip light?
No. I'm a battle master fighter.
Oh,
or
you're
a fighter
battle master,
master,
right. Actually, Stel, what's your cantrips?
Cantrips. So
It should be under your spells.
Eldritch Blast and Thunderclap.
Okay. And then how about you, Lupin?
My cantrips?
Yeah.
Here, let me pull it up. I believe I have Mage Hand and my spells. I think I have a Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Can I make the illusion of light?
You mean give
Does
us
that
a
work?
false light?
It doesn't work that way.
Like I make an illusion of a torch?
But it's just gonna look like it's glowing light, but it's not gonna do
Oh, darn.
it. Doesn't work. Illusion doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It'd be cool if it did, but it did not.
Wait a minute. I can. What kind of sight? Wait, owls can see in the dark, right?
They do.
I can send my owl in ahead of us.
Then you're familiar. Go for it.
They have dark vision up to 120 feet.
They do.
My owl has dark vision. Not just 60, but 120. Beautiful. All right, I'll send my owl in.
Okay, you're sending your owl out?
Yep. He will be 120 feet ahead.
Okay, so you send your owl out, and you're noticing that that these caves have a lot of bend and turns, and it looks like they might be more interconnected than you thought. Hold on. Okay, so you explore more, and you're seeing that, yeah, these caves are definitely interconnected, and you start seeing things where like there's branches off into the darkness more. Do you want to continue to explore, or do you want to stay where you are?
So okay, so within the 120 feet that extend him, with the 120 feet addition of dark vision, he doesn't see anything beyond 200 feet.
Huh?
I guess past of our current position.
What you can see is that there, it goes down there. You see different branches off to different locations, and they start twisting and turning. So
got it.
So yeah, it could see far, but based on the perception of how the it looks like the cave is mapped out, the owl would have to go down further to explore and find out what's going on down there.
Curious, do these look very familiar to us? Does it seem to be a similar branches to the assassins? Sort of like how they had the different branches? Like, is it very like similar to that? Or
oh no, these are naturally made.
Got it.
This is nature. This is all nature.
Got it. Okay. Since we're spending this hour looking, I will. Does anyone else want to come with me? I'm going to keep moving forward so my owl can keep moving forward.
I'll do that. You probably should not just go in by yourself.
Okay. And then Aries, you mentioned you want to. Would you be willing to stay at near the entrance to make sure no one comes?
Yeah, I'll protect the horses.
Mm-hmm. And then what are you gonna do, Stell?
Protect the horses.
Oh, that's a smart.
You're gonna protect the horses? Okay, so you can help protect the horses, kind of like maybe midway, and then Aries can look at the front. He can send us a message if anyone approaches, and then myself as well as Lupin will keep moving forward. We'll have lit torches, but we will have our owl proceed forward.
Okay, so you bring the horses in the tunnels.
Yeah, I would recommend that. And Stell's going to do an extra good job at making sure that they're well taken care of. And make sure Storm gets fed a little more, because he's a hungry little horse.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
No promises, though. I might eat their snacks.
All right. Well, if you like horse feed, I will not. I'm not going to judge.
Good.
All right. So, as myself and Lupin and Owl proceed forward into one of the branches, I'll just pick a random branch.
A random branch.
Okay, random branch. Hold on, gotta roll some dice. All right. So you keep exploring, and you're starting to see like pieces of meat on the floor.
Oh gosh.
It looks like you're in territory. You might be in a territory of whatever was around. You don't know.
So there was no trek. There was no trails, but these branches will lead possibly to the similar the similar way the creatures have been eaten out there, but it's in here as well.
Yes.
Okay, I will. I'll basically pop my familiar out of that area, and just back into my whatever. I don't know what do you call it, the ethereal zone or wherever it came from, and then I will relay to everyone in the message and say, I think we got some bad news. This cave seems to branch out to potential, I guess, similar creature types that have been eating those things that were out there. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea we stay in this cave.
Run?
But what if there's treasure, though?
Wow.
Everyone's trash. I mean, everyone's trash can be anyone else's treasure.
What if we could get some experience from killing monsters?
That's
What if,
true.
yeah, what if the treasure, the key is here?
I thought the key is us.
We don't know that yet.
I'm just kidding. But all right. Well, are you guys down to kick some butt, or you guys want to like be more on the defense and be careful, be cautious?
Kick some butt.
Kick some butt. We already let those other schmucks off for trying to attack our kobolds. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
So just so I have an idea what's going on. Okay, and caves.
Nice.
Okay, so just so I understand what's going on, Lupin and Legato are in the caves right now, exploring.
Yeah.
Stell and Ares are still in the front.
No, I'm in the mid horses apparently.
Yeah.
She's kind of like maybe like right like 100 feet in, and then Ares is kind of like near the entrance. We're all inside the cave.
Okay, so as Lupin and Legato are exploring, Stell and Ares, you hear some screams and you see someone running towards you all coming towards the cave, and from the distance you can't tell what it is, but it sounds like it's a female voice.
Ares is closest.
Yeah, I'm gonna instantly just relay that information to the rest of the group, and I'm gonna yell to Stell that take care of the horses, and then I'm just gonna run out and try to meet that person.
She'll attract the monster to us. Bring her down.
And like, bring her to us.
What?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna run out and see.
Okay. So as you run out, you see the form and you recognize it. It's the priestess that you saw a while ago.
Oh.
Does she sound
our
scared?
chance for revenge.
Does she sound scared or like
so
screams or
as Ares gets closer to the priestess, you see that she looks very traumatized and scared, and you see like blood splatter over her robes.
I'm gonna ask her what happened.
And she's shaking. It's like they got eat. All of them are they're eaten. They got eaten, and she's like traumatized.
Oh,
the kobolds?
So
the kobolds?
No, the Fred's. So Ares is gonna respond like everyone's dead.
With the smirk on his face.
And you see her, and she points to the cave. She points to the caves where the footpaths were going towards.
I'm gonna relay this information to the rest of the party, and just kind of tell them that that adventuring party we met earlier, they're somewhere in the caves, and that the priestess is here, and it seems that she's like the only survivor, according to what you said. Blue.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I nod at Lupin and I start rushing back towards where Stell is to try to meet with I guess the priestess and Ares.
So we can't save them, I guess, Blue? Or
Well, what do you guys want to do? Are you gonna go? The priestess just told you what's going on. Are you gonna go over there, or are you just gonna wait? What are you gonna do as a group?
Do we have the capacity right now? If we leave the horses, like to rest up and tied up somewhere, do we have the energy to be able to proceed forward without a long rest?
Well, the advantage is, since you're riding the horses, you guys haven't really exerted energy. It's more mental fatigue, if anything, that you guys were dealing with. But if the way that Stella has set up everything, and Stella and Ares have set up the horses, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
But if we leave them at the cave, can't they get eaten?
No. Well, I mean, they should be. I think they should be fine if we leave them at the surface of the cave, because they're not like out, they're not out in the open. And I guess what's in this cave is it's pretty far down. It's not like
it seems to be coming out to kill things, right? Because we found dead animals.
Yeah, but I don't think they're
I don't
coming.
trust it. I just don't trust leaving our horses here.
I don't trust leaving horses here either.
It doesn't matter where we are. We've already passed by some bones, so they could find these horses.
But if we take the horses in with us, they might be in more potential danger. Are we gonna take the horses into the caves while we fight?
Should we ride the horses to help? What's her name? The priestess.
Whoa, what would that do?
So, wait, so she ran over and said my friends got eaten.
Yeah,
I'm wondering about that.
Or was
There's another cave
that got eaten. Like what really happened?
Yeah, can you re-explain that? Sorry, Lou.
So, all you heard from the priestess say, my friends.
What direction
got eaten?
They just got eaten.
She just says my friends got eaten. That's all she said.
Yeah, but what direction did she come from?
She pointed.
The caves.
She pointed to the caves where the footprints were coming from.
Okay.
She pointed to the caves and said my friends got eaten.
No, she didn't say that. She just pointed to the cave. She's traumatized.
She pointed to the cave that we were from, that we are in.
No, like another set of caves, right?
Okay, got it.
Another
So
cave?
I don't think we should leave
It's the caves that where the footprints were walking towards, the ones that you guys purposely avoided.
Oh.
So the cave we're in is part of a branch network that probably links to that cave, maybe perhaps. And that's why my owl found the flesh of I guess creatures at the end. But there's no footprints here, so they haven't actually went to this cave opening. This is probably what I'm saying is if we're going to leave the horses anywhere, it's probably the safest part since it hasn't been. It hasn't traversed in this direction. But I think what the priestess is trying to say is, the friends is actually in the cave that we avoided earlier. And she probably advises that we go in that direction because that's obviously where they're at. And we should probably try to get to them early if we want to save them, or else we will be missing on this opportunity to help them out.
Yeah, so Ares just quickly asks the priestess, what attacked you? And can we still save your friends?
She's just traumatized and she's just saying goblins.
Does anyone?
Oh no, Lou.
Okay.
So I know where this is going, or rather, where this came from.
Are you talking about Goblin Slayer?
I am not. I'm not confirming or denying what we're about to go into. So.
Oh.
No, Ares is like, well, we have protection here, and then he points to the direction where Stell is, and then I don't know. Ares feels like he might just charge into the cave.
Okay.
Actually, maybe is the priestess willing to come with us? If she's not, maybe she can watch for the horses.
I doubt she can go back in.
Is anyone gonna talk to the priestess, or do you just assuming she's gonna?
I'll talk to the priestess.
Okay.
Because I'm attracted to her, apparently.
What?
Apparently.
Okay. Well, my character is kind of interested in her, so he will talk to her and he will say, in kind, words, "Your friends will be okay, and we will do what we can to help them. But we are wondering if you are willing to fight with us." Or are you? Do you have the mental capacity to do so?
And you see her like just staring at you and like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Like with distraught eyes.
Okay, so she
act that pretty well, Lou.
So from the way she's reacting, does she just not seem to be able to get back on her 2 feet to help?
Well, basically what happened is that after you guys talked to her, she just settled down next to the entrance of the cave and she's just sitting down. She's near by the horses and she's pretty much just like not gonna be doing anything active anytime soon. It looks like.
Can Haldir look over?
Oh yes, good old Haldir.
I had to ask. Yeah.
Can we leave him?
Fortunately, Haldir has been with you in this adventure, and Haldir has been with you since the whole Kobold situation. Haldir already went is next to everybody and is fast asleep.
Yeah, we're supposed to
I
end
thought
around
Amos
10,
falling
but
asleep.
it's probably
When
a
I
few
tried to
minutes.
log on, he was like,
Oh, he was asleep for most of the time.
Yes,
Oh yeah, he's done. But Haldir is pretty much already fast asleep because he looked very tired, apparently.
So he can't guard the priestess?
He's there. He's just asleep.
So I guess we could leave them together. The horse is the priestess and Haldir. And we tell the priestess if at any point you feel like your life is in danger, just wake him up and tell him to transform into a bear and he'll protect you.
He loves it.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect.
She looks at Stell and she responds to Stell's calming and young and cheerful voice. Wait, does that make sense? Cheerful and calm? She responds to Stell. She responds to Stell.
Yeah. Good.
Perfect.
So she's yes, right? She agrees?
Yes, she agrees.
So, unfortunately, guys, I have to probably head out.
This is a good part. Okay, we're going to stop here for now.
Now is a good time to...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good place to end. We can play tomorrow.
Okay.
No, so just a quick heads up. I will not be free till after Easter because I have actually, believe it or not, I actually have a lot of things to prep for Easter and the day after Easter.
Okay.
So
when's Easter?
It's next Sunday already.
So, oh yeah.
Okay, so we'll just continue maybe after that.
Weekdays, can we play on weekdays at all?
Not this week. It's bad this week.
Not next week. Next week.
If
like weekdays.
Oh, okay. Well, we could play it down the line. This Saturday, I'll let you guys know if this Saturday night works as I get closer to it, because it depends on how my church is doing their meetings. We are like trying to figure out how to do Easter with our situation. So if we settle out earlier, my Saturday will probably be a lot more freer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
cool. You can finish your one shot if people want to play.